we're working out the kinks. We're working out the kinks of it. So anyway, I just did a live a couple seconds ago with yesterday's title and everything. Just we live and we learn. We figure it out. So anyway, today, you guys, what we're going to talk about is what to do. Let me get to the chat here real quick. What to do. Well, who are your 5%? And then what do you do with that actual 5%, right? Your 5%, you guys, first of all, good morning, everybody. I love our morning chats. There you are. Morning, my inspiration lady. Oh, gosh. So, I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. So, not good resolution. Yeah, we're working on it. We're trying to figure it out. It's a good time. It's a good time. And good morning to you. So, okay, here is the whole 5%. Let me give you the content. The resolution doesn't matter. If you don't, just don't look at me. If it drives you crazy, just don't look at me. So, you guys, your 5% are the people that are, let me say it this way. You have 2 to 3% of your audience. I do this because it's usually like a half pie chart whenever I explain this. 2 to 3% of your audience is going to love what you bring to the table. They're going to love how you show up and serve. They're going to love what you do. Every word that falls out of your mouth, they are ready for, and they are ready to clamp onto it and make it help them in their own lives, right? Like they are just ready for it. And that is 2 to 3% of your audience. Okay. You guys, that is a scalable number. What that means is whether you have 50 people in your audience or 50 million people in your audience, you'll always have about 2 to 3% of your people that are right there, that are in that category. Okay. 5%. This is the other side of that pie chart that gets a little uncomfortable. 5%, you guys, is those are the people that they just wish you would shut up, quite frankly. And the funny part is they still stick around. They stick around and they just wish you would shut up. Okay. They are the people that if you could show them how to look like a 20-year-old for the rest of their lives, they would still find a reason to be mad at it. Okay. We know these 5%. We see the 5%. They happen in everybody's business everywhere. I have a couple things to tell you about that 5%. One thing, you guys, is that they don't ever go away. My thought early on was, okay, well, when they realize, that I can bring it the way I say I can bring it, when they realize that, then they'll just, they'll shut up, they'll move on. Maybe they'll even fall in line. And that was where, I was like, I'm sure, like really big names probably don't have that 5% because they all like understand that this person knows what they're talking about or whatever. I'm here to tell you they don't go away. And they're always scalable too, right? So again, 5% of an audience of 50 or 5% of an audience of 5 million makes no difference at all. There's always going to be 5%. Here is what I don't want you to do. Okay. The 5% has been known to paralyze people in their own journey to success. Okay. Because the 5% says that stuff that you're thinking in your head. The 5% says out loud all of those doubts, all of those fears, all of that, everything that you already have going on in your head because you're a human being. And whenever you step out to do something big, you naturally have fears. If you want to go back to primal instinct, if a fear to step out means a fear that you might get eaten, right? It's a very primal part of our makeup, right? We have to be safe and we have to be in the herd, right? Or did. But what the 5% does is they call that out. They sense it or they just say it for the world to see. Okay. And what that does is it paralyzes somebody on their journey. So say you're wanting to start your own business. Well, a 5% person is going to say something like, who do you think you are? You don't know what you're talking about. what schooling have you had? What certifications do you have? Da, 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 da. They're going to find some sort of way to make you feel less than. And you guys, it's a bit like crabs in a bucket. Does everybody know what crabs in a bucket signify? So there's a concept with crabs in a bucket, and it's true. You can watch them do it. Anytime you have more than one crab in a bucket, one will try to get out and the other one will pull it back down. That's your 5%. You are trying to get out of your bucket, and the 5% are trying to pull you back down. And here's the thing. I always assume positive intent with anybody. I learned that in leadership a long time ago, and I think it's fantastic. Always assume positive intent. I believe that us as humans, for the most part, are good and want to do the right thing. That said, some people just get a little saucy for whatever reason. They've gone through stuff in their life. They feel like they need to get saucy, whatever. I'm not going to pick their brain or anything like that and try to understand the psychology of the 5%. I really am not. That would be a full-time job. But here's the deal. Here's what we need to understand about that 5% is they've had a failure or they've had a disappointment in their life. Okay. What I like to do whenever I see somebody that is just vehemently against what I'm doing or is just being a jerk or whatever, what I do is I think of them as their 3-year-old version of themselves, because you can't be mad at a 3-year-old, right? And before all that stuff happened to them, before all that stuff happened and made them into this person that now has to do this thing to make them feel better. So what I do is I think of them as that 3-year-old version of themselves. I love that version of themselves. I love that version of them. And then I figuratively stick their comments in a box and shove it under the bed. I can love the person, and then I can be like, all right, and your comments are your own, your opinion is your own, and that is totally okay. But it doesn't have to have anything to do with me. Here's the deal, and I talked about this a little bit yesterday. Anybody showing you limitations, anybody trying to tell you about limitations about yourself, the only thing they have any experience with, you guys, is their own limitations, period. They don't know about your limitations. They got nothing. They did not walk in your shoes. They did not go through your life. They do not understand your passion, and they do not understand your heart to serve. Okay. So they only have their own limitations that they can speak from, period. So whenever people get loud, because that's the thing about the 5% too, it's almost like they have megaphones. There's so few of them, but they are so loud. Okay. Here's what I do on Facebook. And this is a hint for all of you guys. What I do on Facebook whenever my 5% is getting rowdy, I don't delete comments, because then you start World War III. It's a whole thing. What I do is I hide their comment. Just hit the little three dots on the top right-hand side of their comment, click on hide. And then the only person that's going to see that comment is you, them. Actually, you won't even see it anymore. They will see it, and any connections, any mutual connections that you have on Facebook will see that comment. But really, nobody else is going to see that comment. Okay, so really, what you're doing is you're kind of just putting a wet blanket on them and letting them simmer, and nobody's really going to see that reaction. But they're going to be like, "Why isn't everybody agreeing with me?" And you're like, "I don't know. Nobody can see what you're saying, bro." I put you on ice. That's why. That's who your 5% is. That's what I do with my 5%. The thing I don't want you to do with your 5% is let them control your life. That's what I see. Man, I see it so much. I see so many people take that first scary AF step out into being an entrepreneur, out into doing something that they love, whether it's business or not, it doesn't matter. Taking that first step onto the journey of doing something that they love. And then I see them get paralyzed by the judgment of people that won't even take that first step. People sitting on the couch, watching other people take the first step and then shouting negativity at those people that are actually trying to do something with their life, right? We have to understand the 5% for who they are. Listen, you're on the couch and I don't know why you're on the couch and God bless you, right? But you're not going to control my life and you're not going to stop me from serving and you're not going to stop the whole thing that I plan on doing with my life, with my family, creating a legacy. You can take several seats. Those are my thoughts. So that is the 5% and what you're going to do with them. Sorry if my audio is weird. We're working out this software, you guys. We're working out this software. I love you so much. We're working out this software. I'm going to see what the comments are here. Okay. Da-da-da. Your shirt, though, my favorite. My Golden Girls shirt. Amber, and that's the fun of it. Exactly. Let's see. Sabrina, the 5% says what you have in your head. Mind bomb. There it is. We'll go ahead and show that. Boom. The 5% says what you have in your head. That's what they do, you guys. They reinforce your fear. They reinforce your fear. So Nora and I last night were watching A Wrinkle in Time again. We like that movie. But as we were watching it, I was just like, it reinforces positivity, right? And but what they were saying in there as well, I mean, it's the it in Wrinkle in Time. The it is all of that. It's all of the negativity. It's all of, darkness and whatever you want to call that. It's that thing that can get into a human's mind or soul or where they start moving from. And you move from that place of like envy and greed and darkness in one way or another. And then it starts to ripple out, you guys. And while that ripples out, the opposite is also true, right? So if we move from a place of love and we just, and I'm not saying toxic positivity, okay? But I'm saying you move from a place of love and that also ripples out. That's what I prefer. Whenever you do something big, there's always fear stepping out. Katie, are you watching this? Let's see. They pull each other back. Yeah, crabs in a bucket. If you haven't seen videos of crabs in a bucket, it's a true thing. Somebody said, do they do that, brats? Climb out of the bucket. Get out your bucket. Hashtag get out your bucket. Justin, everyone has crabs. What did I miss? That is not what I said, Justin. I can always count on you for the early morning crazy talk. Megan, my mission in life is never to be anyone's 5%. Amen to that. My hubby's family are my 5%, sadly. It's a lot of times your family's going to be your 5%. You can't be the prophet in your own homeland. That is, there's an interesting thing, and it's because people have seen you. They saw you going through the hard part of your growth. They saw you at the very beginning. All of that stuff, you can't be a prophet in your own homeland. That is like, it's a quote. A lot of people use it. It's very, very true. People that have known you forever they're not necessarily going to be able to reap the same benefits as everyone else on the planet from the things that you share. So be okay with that. Your friends and family, the people that are closest to you, a lot of times are going to maybe be overt 5%, or they might be some undercover 5%. But at the end of the day, either way is okay. It's fine. Thank you so much. Needed this encouragement. Oh my gosh, of course. I love the hiding idea. Yes, hit it out. Oh my word. I hit senior star in the second month. I got my it, and then I let the 5% knock me down. Still recovering. It's you. Yeah, you got to put them in their place, or they'll put you in yours, or they'll put you in theirs. Quite frankly, I've been blocking people's messages a lot lately. I can't have them dampen my dreams. If you guys aren't pruning your social media feed on a daily basis, like when you run across a post that just makes you feel like, I don't really like that, go ahead and snooze them. Snooze them for 30 days, right? I do it all the time. Or sometimes I just straight up block them. If I've had enough, I just block them. Let's see. Okay. Well, you guys, what time is it? 10:22. Boom. Awesome. You guys have the best day, and I will see you tomorrow. Also, real quick, I have, let me put it in here. I'm going to put it, what is it? I think it's this. MarthaEKrejci.com/ well, I'm not typing apparently. There it is. /WHM. This is a group where I sort of geek out on business stuff. You are welcome to join it. It's a free group, and I sort of like I help people out with their business if you need that. Hey, Kelly. Can't wait to see you back in Florida. Girl, I cannot wait to get to Florida. We have a lot to talk about. Okay, you guys have the best day, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.